All right, we're doing a reset here. My first little bit, somehow the camera restarted itself. So we are officially going now. I need to be careful. Go ahead and come over to the left for me because I can't get you over to the right because of the sun. There we go. And I'm making some minor adjustments. We did the opening a while ago. Going on a longleaf trailhead. It's been fee exempt since Corona. But also I have a veteran's pass. There it is, longleaf trailhead. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go with my hand for just a little bit. Keep going. You got it. Day fees are waived. I'm gonna have to downshift in a minute, but I'm just seeing how much better if I freehand this camera it is. We're going about half speed of what we normally do. I was going to get a helmet camera and GoPro, and then I realized that involves editing. That involves a computer. Anytime you can keep from having a computer involved, please do. Computers are obsolete, yes. When you run 5 cameras, you gotta have a computer. And that bell has got to go. We're gonna get a different brand of bell. You know what I'm gonna do? Stop for a second. We need a solution to the problem really quickly.
Can you hold it?
Yeah, you can hold it and while I'm taking it apart.
Okay.
Show
what you're doing. Oh yeah, okay. So we're about to go that way through that little dark tunnel, and then we'll come out and be in the woods again. Well, we're always in the woods, but anyway, it's just beautiful out here.
All right, so the best thing is to always turn it this way real quick.
Here comes Jen.
See that? Come up with a solution to the problem.
Yeah.
Not just endure the problem. So I can't take the bell off, it wouldn't make any sense.
Right.
So all the bell components are going into this bag with the sound system. And let's see. I think we got it. So if you can see, this is going to be so much better. Now,
so
I've
no
got
more ringing.
Well, yeah, no more ringing, but I've still got the horn and I got an electric
noise maker.
Also.
Nice.
What do people do when that happens?
They hop out of the way. They're like, oh my gosh, the cops are here.
One more. And for the Star Trek and Star Wars. And then if this one doesn't work, then we have
that one.
So it's kind of funny. Anyway, are we ready to roll?
We're ready.
So this is kind of complicated. See, since we do a one cut, everybody gets to see what we would have edited out anyway. So I can grab a couple pictures. So I can't turn the camera, so I'll turn it on me. Just to see, I want to see how it lines up and so forth. And she said I need to smile, so I'm smiling. Okay.
All right.
All right, so we're ready to roll. Let's go. Where are we?
We're in the Longleaf Trailhead.
Where?
In Santa Rosa Beach, Florida.
There's somebody in Bali might be watching this.
Santa Rosa Beach, Florida, USA.
There you go. We're ready to go. The shaking is gone, but the bike's stability is out the window too. So go about half speed on the bumps until I'm going to do part of this one hand. Okay.
Got it?
Yeah. So if anybody out there knows of some
Father's Day may feel a little
sunglasses
different
that you can
this
see
year,
the
but it's
display
important to show Dad you care.
from
At
your
Kohl's,
iPhone,
save on gifts he'll love, like
so
cheese
that
and
I could
loaves,
actually put a
kitchen
helmet
gadgets,
cam on and
my
put the
gratitude
iPhone on
checks,
top
get
and be able to see my
20 or
display. That would be
15% off,
wonderful.
Plus an extra $10 off
So
your
if
Father's
anybody
Day
wants
purchase
to
of
go in
$50
on
or
that
more,
venture
you don't have to spend a lot.
and it
Just
hadn't
say,
been done,
"Thanks, Dad." Shop Kohl's and Kohl's.com.
I think it'd be a great
Offers
idea.
valid
That way I
June
could put
21st. 10 off
the
50,
camera up on
1
top
10,
of my
15,
helmet.
20% off
I could
with
look through my
Kohl's, save more.
glasses and see
Select
everything that I'm
styles,
seeing.
some
I'm
exclusions
sure there's
apply.
something
See
out
store or
there.
Kohl's.com for details.
Did you see the lavender on the left?
I did. It was really pretty. I know you can't really move so fast to show those things, right?
Well, I can bring the camera down. There is some right there. Beautiful. So you know what? We can go half speed or even third speed. And the stabilization system I'm using is my right arm today. So the camera has some built in. What we've found is when we use the camera stabilization system, it still skews the picture. There's some yellow.
I just went through a great big spider web.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wendy loves spiders. She dreams about spiders.
And I just love webs even more. Not.
Should I talk about the play that I wrote
Yeah.
called The Spider Habit?
What about it?
Well, it's so funny that you don't like spiders, but I wrote a play called The Spider Habit.
That's because you dreamed about it. You dreamed it, right?
Yeah, it even has music to the play.
Any details? Is it scary? Is it funny?
It's a musical.
Oh.
I don't know why I'm dreaming musicals, but you can see you're gonna have a much better view today. It's all an experiment. There's no such thing as perfection. What's so funny though is I see filmmakers work now, and I see a lot of really, really sloppy work. And most people these days, they ignore it because of the fact that it's all about content.
Yeah.
I'm talking about sloppy work for really professional series on TV, Netflix, everywhere. Everything, the production costs have to be very, very low, or it's not worth doing. Like right now, we're exercising and trying to put on a show so that when you're riding your bike, you go, oh, I can't get out today. There's 8 feet of snow. Well, you can, most of your life is pretty much in your mind. So when we go out of town, we see these things in hotel rooms. We've been seeing them for what, 3 years? Maybe even longer than that, where you actually watch a movie, and those weren't even on high def. And people ask me why I'm not shooting 4K, because most people are watching on their phones, and I don't think you can really appreciate 4K on a phone, considering the storage for 4K as compared to 1080p is more than 4 times. It's a beautiful picture, but I think 1080p does it. I'm having problems restarting because I got I'm actually using one hand. I think I'm going to use one hand this whole video just to see how much more stable it is. And anybody who has some stabilization mounts for an iPhone, and I've decided I'm not going to go with a GoPro. I got a full frame Sony camera we could shoot with, and it takes let's say you shoot 30 minutes of footage. It takes about an hour to capture on the computer, and it has to decompress. So using this, don't you think this is the best, just using the phone?
Yeah, but it's so taxing for you.
Oh, I know, but if I get a stabilization system that I'm happy with, there's another lavender and an orange back there, and a lavender.
I can really tell nobody's been through the woods yet today but us.
I know, because you're the spider lady.
I'm clearing all the webs.
Wendy-K, the spider lady.
Clear 'em.
This spider lady. And guess what now? Tell people why we have so few spiders now in the house.
Oh, because we're nice to spiders. We pick them up with a piece of paper or something and toss them out.
We don't kill the bugs anymore, and we found I even take ants outside now, and it's amazing. If you take all the bugs outside, they go, hey, somebody wants me outside.
I think they appreciate
And I think they talk to each other. That is no joke. Anyway, so we have a new species of lizard that has come in from South Florida in the last 10 years. And they're a very aggressive form of lizard. However, even though they're a lot more aggressive, they seem to communicate with us. And I don't understand that. So the anoles, which are the ones that people call chameleons here, they'll turn on from brown, really, really dark brown, almost looking like they're dead, to an unbelievable green. When they're out mating on the white wall out in front of our house, they turn this iridescent green. It's unbelievable. And then at night the geckos come out. Now, we didn't have geckos when we first moved here. The first time we saw geckos was actually in Hawaii in 1987, January of '87. And what we finally figured out is these South Florida, oh, she got a spider. There was a spider. Oh yeah. These South Florida aggressive lizards that are coming in, they're most likely from the Caribbean. They're not native. Probably most of these aren't native to here. The geckos aren't either. They're very, very aggressive, but they're extremely smart. And what we've seen going down this trail, and the reason I'm hand doing, I think it's a little bit too cool. We'll come again and I'll hand shoot. But these guys, they run down the trail just like Jurassic Park, and they are fast. And it is like a little, Wendy, when you say this is like a little Jurassic Park out here?
Yeah, they're small, but they sure do think big.
Yeah, they're small, but they think big. In other words, there's somebody left something here. We're not used to seeing garbage out here. Let's see, we started doing this trail, I believe, in 2004. Wendy got her bike. She got a hand-me-down bike for free. I did a trade for my bike. And we discovered these trails back in 2004. And they've actually been magnificent. So 16 years of doing these. And I'm just gonna do a pan around every once in a while. I'm sorry that I like my speech about the lizards though. But if you watch Jurassic Park 2, which was the last world that Michael Crichton wrote, and Michael Crichton is one of my idol writer-directors, of course, because he's a physician, or was a physician, but is very tall. He's like 6'7". So he's like a foot taller than I am. But if you look at Westworld and Jurassic Park and the Andromeda strain, that was all Michael Crichton. And he is a physician and literary genius. But what I didn't know until I was about to start my internship was that Michael Crichton never did his internship, so he never had a medical license. I believe when he wrote the Andromeda strain, he realized that he put up medicine, and that's kind of the, since '96, when I outlined my first screenplay, Takeover, 24 years ago. This year I graduated from med school, and Wendy graduated from nursing school. I wrote and outlined my first screenplay. Of course, I had 4 years of some grueling residency in front of me, which put my writing to a hiatus, and also allowed me to gain about 40 pounds of weight working in a hospital, working in between probably, I think the limit the residents can work now is 80 hours. I don't know if that's how it still is, but I think the minimum we worked was 80 hours. But I remember one surgical intensive care unit rotation. There was a point where you go in and you work in between 36 and 40 hours, and then you go home for 12 hours. And that will take its toll on you. And I figured if I could do those 40s on and 12s offs, I think making movies isn't going to be that bad. Or music. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you can do just about anything if you work those long hours.
Well, actually, you can't do just about anything, because I can't be a professional football player or basketball player, right?
No, anything that requires going without sleep, dedication.
I can remember surviving on Ensure from 97 to 98 because there was just no time to eat, and if you ate, it just slowed you down. So
Do you think nutritionally your body needed that Ensure?
I probably could have fasted through my entire residency and done better, because I think a brain that's not oversaturated with fats, sugars, and protein. Well, actually, most of your brain is made up of fat and water. So the protein's going to help you stay, your muscles and so forth stay healthy.
Yeah,
The carbs.
probably help you with depression, but not physically and mentally.
Well, I don't know any medical resident, not one, or nurse that I've spoken with that didn't go through bounds of some sort of depression in their medical training.
Just go without sleep and you'll be depressed.
That's correct. I remember I was at survival training at Fairchild Air Force Base, and that was quite a bit of survival training. But what prepared me before that was being in a fraternity and staying up pretty much an entire week and finding out how your brain deteriorates without sleep. So the best, you don't really have to physically do anything to a person to torture them. Just lack of sleep is torture.
Right.
And that was always part of our training. And you'd say, well, is that really useful? Well, when it comes down to it, almost all these specialties we're all training for if there's a war, because if there's a war, we'd be able to take care of casualties. Well, if you've seen the TV show MASH and the movie MASH, you can see these people don't keep normal hours, do they?
No, they don't.
So if you're used to not keeping normal hours, look at there, she made it. Now there's another 40 miles back there. We probably did, I don't know, 3-4 miles through there. Talked about medicine. What else? Lizards?
Lizards, yeah, I think they were all asleep this morning.
They were all sleeping. They pulled a Wendy-K.
But
Wendy-K's not sleeping late
now
today.
I cleared all the spider webs.
How many spider webs did
A
you clear?
lot. They're probably all hanging off of me right now.
Now, see, everybody likes this filming now, but
What's
people
that?
said people like this filming now because, you know, because I can film you.
Oh.
The thing is, though, I'm doing triple, quadruple duty.
I know. I don't know how you're doing all that.
I like it, but I wish I had a helmet cam, but I don't think I'd be able to see my display. But look, I can come out in front of you.
You should go look at some. Go to the store and look at some of those.
Okay, see, she wants me to go to the store and look at them, but she knows that
Whatever.
stores don't carry stuff like that.
Well,
You got to look at the stuff online,
yes.
and sometimes you get it, and we have a keep coming ahead of me. I'm gonna turn around and show you where we are. This is 283. We were here yesterday. Actually, hey, look. Check this out. I wonder if they can see us.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, smile.
I am. Smiling, waving.
We're going real slow around. This is not a selfie stick. This is a, pull ahead of me. People like to see people in the subject matter. Perfect. We're gonna do up here, this is 283. Stay 3/4 left, 2/3 left. I'm actually showing you how to shoot these things also. Where all she has to do is do a real smooth ride and find fly formation off the side of her. Now hit that bell, hit the bell. Now she's got to clear the trails because I only have one hand. So we're going to cross here. So we'll give a little advertising here. Here is the Blue Mountain Beach Creamery. Creamery's right there. People want to see where places to eat. Let's go right. Now, tell us what used to be on the right side here. We can go a little slower. Don't crowd me.
Nick's seafood restaurant. It was really good. We enjoyed it. But it burned down.
I don't know. I think the Nick's is still open. I think the Nick's is still open on north of the bay. Sorry if I'm out of breath, but I'm caught in a high gear, and I'm not able to stand up like she is because I got a camera in my hand. These are new condos. This is where Nick's was. They had some pretty good Halloween parties. Very good fried seafood platters there. Did you love? Listen, did you love the seafood platters at Nick's?
I did. Oh, I did. Yes.
Let's see if we can get us like this then. How's that? And for here's Blue Mabel, Juice Bar, Blue Mountain Bakery, Big Daddy's Bike Shop.
Yep.
Okay, who else is
And
over
then
here? Go
Marie's.
slow so people can see.
Marie's Reds.
How about the pizza? Johnny T's, Reds, Sally by the Sea Seashore. They have ethanol-free gas for your moped and other needs. So we're going to come up this way where I can see in Blue Mountain Beach. So we're about as high up as you can get, pretty much in the panhandle of Florida. Now they want to hear you say something. So.
All right. Yeah. See, we're going downhill now, so this is nice. This is a nice part of the ride for me.
And
we're passing by the White Cliffs here in Blue Mountain Beach.
now, is there something of interest in front of us since you're from Mississippi? Well, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. How about you're from Mississippi? There's lots of magnolia trees here. And people ask, what are these antennas right here? Well, I'm gonna give you a little, and here's the rest of magnolias. You hold your breath when you go over that little area there. All the sewage here in South Walton is actually pressurized. We call this the brickyard because all the houses they're made out of cinder block. You give a little spring next time. This is the Brickyard, and we've been to some parties in the Brickyard. Now these are 2 new houses in the Brickyard right here, and brand new. They're like 3 years old.
They are brick.
And they're all cinder block. They're houses that have been there through many hurricanes. If you really want to know how to build a house during a hurricane, this is your example. I don't think any of these have lost the roofs or anything.
Yeah, they always survive, don't they?
Of course, they're low to the ground, and they got what you call a hip roof. Now this is the treat. I'm coming this way, got 2 there. How about a horn? We got a guy over here, and this is what scares me right here because he's not watching it. Oh! I think he made it. That's where we went up through yesterday. This is Vatana Dunes. Now this place over here and this place right here, when we moved in, was just white sand. There was nothing there. They're waiting for the star. The star. They're waiting for the star.
You're going too fast.
The star. I don't really understand the center of the trail running. Doesn't make a lot of sense. There's a lot of tourists that don't normally run, and so we have our noisemakers. We slow down and we try to be as patient as we possibly can. Okay, you can come on over. Switch. This is a little. Now come on over to the left. We ride for safety. Of course, we're not fully protected. As you can see, this is a blind corner. So I come out here, protect her while I'm coming around the corner with these cars. That way, she has a way to get into those bushes. Because look, there's nothing. I'll show you how close this car is. Look how close he is. Whoa. And how fast do they go through here sometimes?
Oh, sometimes like 60 or...
No, they'll go 100 here.
100?
Yes, you've seen the guys. We hear the guys in the
Those muscle cars?
Mopars.
Oh yeah, we hear them like in the middle of the night sometimes. You know,
Yeah. And they'll hit 100 miles an hour.
we can hear them racing.
They'll hit 100 miles an hour in 1/8 of a mile. So, and they shut it down. But we see them fishtailing. Here's Basmati's on the left. We've dined there before. Most of the business here is developers, realtors, and restaurants. This is another restaurant, sometimes open, sometimes closed. Kind of season.
Wedding venue last
Yeah, most
year, but
wedding
I
venue.
think COVID's killed it.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't know if that was good or not. Was that good or not? Come on, let's go. I'm gonna lose my inertia to get to the other side. This is a big hill. And she has to clear the path. People come down through here, and we reach about 25 miles an hour through here. Yesterday when I said 25, I was not talking about 25 miles an hour. We have a short language code about what gears to be in, and we talk about the front or the left sprocket and the back sprocket. So if I say you need to be in 25, you're in the second gear of first sprocket and the fifth gear of the second sprocket. That way there's no muddling around, and if we're in the same gear, we can fly formation with each other. You can give me a beep for me because I can't do it each time. No, just one, and we're getting close. There's Waste Management. I found out one of my fraternity brothers, Jim Fish, he is the CEO of Waste Management, and they do a great job here.
Yes, they do.
We have a lot of hurricane stuff. Now we got on the left another ice cream place that has ice cold beer. And this is Goat Feathers. This is a place we talked about oysters yesterday, but I prefer the shrimp, french fries, and toast. Why is that toast so good? Because it's got garlic? Buttery and garlicky. So you thinking about eating while you're exercising?
Not really. Not until you mentioned it. Now I am. Thanks a lot.
So we'll show a little bit more going on here. There's a pretty new house here. And I don't know what this is, but this is going on all over. Almost all these trees are pretty much disappearing.
Yeah, COVID stopped a lot of stuff, but not the construction.
No, it did not. Actually, the construction went up because of the fact that the people needed to work. Let's see if we can get us to tandem. We'll see what it looks like. I almost didn't wear sunglasses. Yeah. Come on by me. And there's 38 Chiropractic and Gym and Fitness. Now we actually tell them what happened over here on the left, right here. Hold on. What happened there?
Walline House was, you know, it was a restaurant. It was a little
I know, but what did we do there?
We did our filming, our movie. Part of it was filmed in that Highland House, and now it's no longer there.
No longer there. Come on by me. Come on by me.
I'm trying.
Okay, slow area. Okay, there's one of those pump stations. I didn't finish the story. In Santa Rosa Beach, all the sewage is pressurized. Horn, please. Yeah, we're going left of the beach. Let's get real slow here. I keep up with you. Watch this guy on the left. Come on around. I'm not gonna have room. You go skinny. Good. Now go in front of the sand, then rip back. Perfect. Rip back across. Okay. And then make a right turn right at the boardwalk. Go. Go. Right turn. All the way down. So when we shoot music videos, you don't see the direction. But we like to try to do one takes if we can. And here we are. We decided to be kind of cooler if we...
All right, so even this early in the morning...
Hey, take this from me. Take this from me. Good. You got it.
Okay. Which way is it?
It's just like that.
So all the people are out here already. It's early in the morning. Lifeguards are already setting up.
I want you to look at my music system.
And Dean's going to show you
Turn
his
this way.
music system. Here we go.
Bring it up closer. Put your bike up. I've got it.
Okay. So there's his bike. He's off, obviously. Okay, you're going to show us your music?
So, if anybody's interested, these, I don't know what it is, Black Web speakers, Walmart,
Yep.
$7 on clearance.
All right. I love that.
The little connector here was probably like $1.50 at Home Depot.
Right.
And then Wendy has an iPhone 4.
I'm old school, so we got to carry both.
Well, also, hers has a little thing, it's no big deal, but it still has that port right there, and you think it's no big deal.
Right.
I still have patients come to me that have credit cards that don't have a chip, and my phone doesn't have that little port to do the
Right,
swipe.
okay.
So I have to have her phone too. So it's kind of a crazy world. So that's the music system that you're listening to, and I think the music makes it.
It does. The music is the key. It is the key.
So I'm taking a couple pictures too.
Okay.
All right. So tell us about those pelicans that are right there in the background.
They are just cruising. They are not even flapping their wings. They're just cruising in this wind. It's a beautiful, windy, breezy
Turn this
day.
way. Turn this way. The camera wants to see you.
And so it's still double red flags, and so there's just surfers out there. You can't go out there. It means you can't swim, but you can surf.
But remember what I said? If you got a double red flag, which that is it, and you can see that Shunt Gully there, Gulf Place there. I can't believe I've got the selfie. It's not really a selfie stick.
Not really, but you're using it as one.
Right.
It
It's a little
works all right.
tripod. It's a little tripod.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm going to show people some surfers. But my new scent, oh, here we go. Hope they're not coming here. I think they're after you, Wendy-K.
They missed me. I'm down here.
Some action on 30A.
Yeah, it's just the way we came. I wonder if there was an accident.
All right, we got some surfers out here. You know what we ought to do? Why don't we go live now and put this one on for later? Can we go live now?
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. All right, I'm shutting it off at 37.
All right.
We're going to post the bicycle one and go live now if I can get it out of this mode.
All right, so I'll